Bonjour. Hi. I'd like tonight to talk about the present tense in French and give you an example of what could be my lesson. First of all, we use the present tense in French not just as we do for English, so talk about a schedule, something that is happening every day. We use it to talk about something that is happening right now. Par exemple, je parle avec Alexandra. So it can also replace the present continuous. Then something that started in the past and is still going on. For example, I've been waiting for the bus. J'attends le bus depuis 10 minutes. So something that started in the past and is still going on. For that, the English would require the present perfect, possibly continuous. I have been waiting. And it can also be something that will happen in the future, as long as it's something certain. So, for example, I could say, demain je travaille. It doesn't have necessarily to be tomorrow. It could be in a month, in a year, as long as it's something I'm certain about. So, and then, of course, the way of using it, like talking about a habit or schedule, le train part à 8 heures. Train leaves at 8. Okay. So we have in French 3 groups of verbs. And I'm talking about the infinitive. The infinitive is the form corresponding to the English to, the form you will find on your dictionary. Par exemple, parler, to speak. Partir, to leave. Rendre, to give back. So I'm giving you the example of the 3 main group of verbs. We have ER, so ER, IR, so IR, and RE, RE. Those are the endings of the infinitive. Now, how to conjugate those? First of all, we need to remove the last syllable, which we don't need. So if we take the verb demander, we would have je demande, tu demandes, il, elle, on demande, nous demandons, vous demandez, il, elle demande. What do they mean? So, je demande, I ask. Tu demandes is you ask familiar, because French has a formal, which is the vous, so the second person plural. Then we have il demande, he asks. Elle demande, she asks. On demande, one asks, or we ask as a group of people. Then we have nous demandons, we ask. Vous demandez, you ask, or so group of people or you as formal. And then we have ils demandent, they ask, elles demandent, feminine, they ask. Okay, so that's an example of how to conjugate a ER verb, ER in French. Now there's an important aspect about this particular group of verbs that I want to talk about. Now, in French, you will see that we have some words that in the pronunciation will link together. For example, if I say the verb aider, to help, and I do the conjugation as I did before with demander, I would have j'aide, tu aides, il, elle, on aide, and so far nous aidons. So the S of the personal pronoun links to the vowel following of the verb. Okay, this is called liaison. So that's a phenomenon linking the S to the following vowel, which generally would be silent. French language is most of the time the ending syllable is silent, with some exception, monosyllables and verbs. So nous aidons, vous aidez, again the S becoming a Z, ils aident. As you can hear from my pronunciation, and you would see also written, the pronunciation is the same except for nous and vous. Now, to tell you exactly what would be the ending, if we take demande is an E. Then you have tu demandes is ES, il, elle, on demande is E again, nous demandons ONS, vous demandez EZ, and then il, elle demande, ENT. So the pronunciation of il, elle demande is exactly as je demande. Okay, that's typically of this group of verbs, ER. Okay, I will give you another example of conjugation, always with this. So we will do aimer, and you will hear again the liaison. J'aime, tu aimes, il, elle, on aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, il, elles aiment. Okay? Now there are of course some irregular verbs. To give you an example, we have irregularities with, for example, verb ending in ayer, payer. So A-Y-E-R, payer. That would be je paye, tu payes, il, elle, on paye, with the possibility of pronouncing je paie, tu paies, il paie. Nous payons, vous payez, il paye, or il paie. Okay? Now I want just to give you an idea also of the second group, which we said is ER, or in English IR. Okay? So if we take, for example, finir, in this case it changes slightly. So je finis, tu finis, il finit. So IS, IT, that's for the singular. Nous finissons, vous finissez, ils finissent. So attention, this time the three first persons are the same, but the rest changes. I'll give you another example. We can do guérir, which is to heal. Je guéris, tu guéris, il, elle, on guérit, nous guérissons, vous guérissez, ils guérissent. Okay? And for the last group, just to give you an idea of it, we have the verb attendre, okay, to wait. That will be j'attends, tu attends, il, elle, on attend, nous attendons, vous attendez, ils attendent. Very particular is the fact that you would have j'attends with S. Tu attends, S. Il, elle, on attend. It's like it was a zero ending, because you just have the D, which is part of the root of the infinitive. Okay? Something very particular, which is also different with English, among these verbs of this group, we have visiter, okay, or rendre visite. So you can use visiter, which is the group that we saw before ER, or rendre visite. Visiter will be for places. Je visite l'église, je visite Milan, je visite Paris. But rendre visite is to pay a visit to someone. So je rends visite à ma mère. Okay? So that's just a short example of what would be one of my lessons, of course, with books, PDF or my lessons. Okay? À bientôt. Au revoir.